House log 050117.
Today is May 1st on the Tomarosa, and it is the beginning of our building project. Our big plan this summer is to build our house. It is 24 feet wide by 36. Farmer Thomas is working on digging the footers for our front porch. We have the building site staked out. The black thing sticking up there is part of our septic system, which has a pump to gravity field, which is up on the hill there. And then where the flags are is where our water is coming into the house and the septic ties into the house. So our big plans are to have our house done in 4 months. Yes, so I have a birthday at the end of August, and I want to be in the house having my birthday at the end of August. So May, June, July, August. We will see if it happens. Okay, to orient you a little bit, there is the building site. There's our driveway. This is our turnaround. There's our truck 12, our pole building with our windmill, our Douglas fir Charlie Brown tree, our chateau, and back to the building site. So the house is going to be built across from our pole barn, and eventually we're going to have our barn built on the other side of our chateau. So I want to take a minute to talk about our building plan. We are building a basic rectangle house. It is going to be 24 by 36, and here's the front elevation. It's going to have a gable roof. It's going to have a cathedral ceiling, so we'll have living space upstairs, have blue siding with a red roof, and I think you can see both of those. There's the two side elevations with the front porch. Eventually we'll have some stuff coming out the back attaching to a garage. There's the back, but eventually something will be coming out this back door to the garage. The inside of our house is also very simple. So you come in the front door, we have a nice living room. It's the entire width of the house. Case opening into a kitchen table. We have a guest room, a main bedroom, downstairs bathroom with the water heater, washer and dryer. So all the water is in this corner of the house. We have a door that goes out to the back of the house. And then upstairs in the finished gable, so I need to turn this around. Okay, so this is the upstairs. So you come up here, you have a bedroom space up here, and then a common area. There's a window, so you do get some light up here. Storage area. You have another bathroom up here, so everything is over the downstairs bathroom, including the stack. Also, looking again at the design of the house, if need be, it wouldn't be too hard to, in the future, if you needed to expand out, to do shed dormers, to expand out the upstairs here, like this. So in effect, that would expand out here, and you could put windows right here and make this a complete living area up here. But for our purposes, we just wanted to have use that extra space instead of just having unused space up there in an attic. Another thing I wanted to talk about is called advanced framing. So standard framing for stud construction might be 16-inch on center. Advanced framing is 24-inch on center. And there's some other things such as a single top plate with some connectors, you know, and non-load bearing walls. You don't have to have headers, etc. For us, we are going to do the double top plate. One of the reasons is because if you buy studs, which are made for 8-foot walls, if you don't use the double top plate, it messes with the dimensions. Plus the double top plate makes it stronger structurally, so you have a less wavy wall, and it's just easier to build. But we are doing the 24-inch on center, which will allow us to get in more insulation. It will eventually use overall less lumber for the house. One of the things that Stacy and I wanted to do was to be able to build our own home. We didn't want to have a big mortgage because we wanted to be able to have a small farm as soon as Stacy got out of the Coast Guard. Also, we wanted to build it ourselves, one, out of pride, and two, because we thought we had enough skills from building our pole barn and from doing other projects on the farm. Also, when we were stationed in Astoria, I did a year-long program in historic preservation where I learned about building codes, roofing, wall framing, etc. So between all of this and research, we were able to put together a house plan. Another benefit of transferring every 2 years in the Coast Guard is we have lived in many, many places. And until you've lived in different types of kitchens and living rooms and bedrooms and bathrooms, you don't know the different things that drive you crazy. We, at one time, thought we were going to have, for example, we were going to have a stairway that winded with a triangle stair. And then we lived in a place that had a stairway that winded with a triangle stair, and it drove us crazy. Or just the design of kitchen cabinets or the placement of something in a bathroom. So even though we've had to move a lot, it's been fortunate that we've been able to iron out a lot of things that we've decided we didn't like in a house. Further, when we've been designing our house, we have kept in mind all the measurements of all of the pieces of furniture that we know we're going to have and keep. So when I've been planning the placement of a window in a wall, and I know, for example, I have an antique bookcase that may be 5 feet long, well, I'm not going to just place that window in the middle of the wall. I'm going to move it over so I have a 5-foot section of that wall for the bookcase. So, you know, simple basic things like that. Also thinking about the placement of outlets, etc. Even though we are building our own house, we are going to be following the building codes. Within our jurisdiction, we do have an exemption from our building department because we are an owner builder, which means we are building our own home for ourselves, not for resale. And we have met all those qualifications. We still do have to get our electrical inspected, and we had to get our septic inspected when we had it installed last fall. So far what we have done is we have designed our house. We have decided where we want to put it. We have got our exemption from the building department, and we have talked to the same person who put in our septic tank to dig part of our foundation. So today, Stacy started actually on May 1st, the very first part of our excavation by digging the holes for our porch foundations. Next, now we're just waiting on the individual who did our septic field to come dig the trench for our footing for our house. And as soon as that's done, then we will have our next update on this exciting journey of building our house. And I am going to, as much as possible, stick to my 4-month timeline, and we will see how that goes.
Why are we building our own house? I guess there's several reasons. Part of it's money. You know, this way we can afford it because we're providing the labor, which is a big percentage of what it costs to build a house. We can choose what materials go in it. We can make it our own. And I guess part of it's a pride thing to be able to say that, you know, we built our own house. You know, we've never owned a house. We've been in the Coast Guard for 18 years, and we've transferred around every 2 to 3 years, so we've always rented. So neither one of us have ever owned a house. So this will be our first home, really, where we can settle down and pull all the stuff that we have in storage out and remember what we have. So I guess that's why we're building